Well, we're glad to get back at it this week and have another game coming up this Saturday at home, which is great. It definitely was a tough pill to swallow this past weekend, but once again, it is what it is. We understand the situation. We haven't been able to correct a few of the issues, but we've got to fight through it. So we've got another opportunity this week against a good football team at home in front of our fans, and we're looking forward to getting out there.
What's kind of the message? What do you say to the guys now to make sure they don't put their head down and kind of abandon the season?
Well, the message is right now, it is what it is. You're midway through the season. You're 2-4. Is it where you want to be at? No, but trust me, we've been in tougher situations in our life, and there's going to be tough times that come up. And the bottom line is you've got to fight through it. And, it's football. It's college football. There's a lot of good football teams. You're going to win some. You're going to lose some. And we've got to find a way to win. And, I'd be more upset if I sat up here and we were getting crushed every week. I think that we're right in the thick of it. We're a competitive football team. We haven't been good enough to win close football games. And that's something that we've got to get better. We know that. We're definitely working on it, but we've got to learn on the job. We've got to get better come game day, come test day, and perform better in the entire game, especially in the second half, if we want to get over the hump. Well, I think they'll respond well. I mean, we've actually practiced very well. We've practiced hard. We've made strides in practice, and I think that our guys want to get it done. And right now, in the second half, we haven't played well, and it's not because we didn't know that we needed to. We've talked about things. We've made adjustments. We've tried to correct certain issues that come up in the past, but right now we're getting beat in the second half, and really on both sides of the ball. And we've got to perform better. We've got to do things to maybe help each other out. The offense may have to run the ball a little more and control the clock, and the defense definitely has to get off the field on third downs and cover up receivers when teams start to go at a fast pace. So all things that can be corrected, but you have to correct them, and you have to find ways to do it, and each side has to help each other out, and we've got to find a way to win as a team. And we know at this point, even more so than before, it doesn't matter who we play. It's going to go down to the wire, and we've got to find a way to play for 60 minutes and to play better the entire game.
Going into the season, you obviously have a set of goals, but whenever you see that you're at 2-4, how do you change your mindset or change your goals at this point?
Well, we don't talk about our goals a whole lot. I think that we knew going in that, defensively we were going to be a little bit young, and we knew from a team standpoint we probably lost some elite players on a good football team last year to the NFL, to the draft, to guys that made rosters, and we were going to have to replace those guys. And I think that we haven't had guys step up to that place yet, and I think we're still a ways off to getting to that point. But we've got to improve. We've got to fight through it. We've got to continue to put guys in a position to play well. We've got to continue to try other guys if we're not getting the effort we want on a consistent basis. And the hungriest players that want to contribute and play all out the entire game are the ones that are going to play. And I think that our guys will practice hard. I think that they enjoy playing the game, and they realize that it's going to be a battle every week. And I think that we'll respond and come out and give it a good fight this weekend as well.
What if there's a small sense of complacency of some guys coming out at halftime, the league's just thinking all they got to do is be shoved in the second half and do it?
Well, if it just happened once or twice, I would maybe say that. But I think, it's happened 4 times. And, I think our guys understand what we have to do. It was definitely addressed for 2 straight weeks and talked about at halftime. And, and then we went out and the other team played better and we didn't get it done. So I don't think it's complacency, but I do think that there's certain situations we got to get better at. We need to get off the field on third down. We need to get off the field on fourth downs. They were able to convert a ton of those, and it keeps the momentum going for them. They maintain possession of the ball. On offense, we didn't get many snaps, and when we did, we didn't take advantage of it. So little things that we have to play better, and we have to find a way to do it for an entire 60 minutes.
What are you seeing from your leaders, your veterans on the field in the second half of the struggle?
Well, I think that we're continuing to find leaders on defense, really. I think that we've got some seniors on defense that do the best job they can leading, but in all honesty, they haven't played a whole lot in their career. This is really the first year that a couple of those leaders are playing, and I think that they want to win. I think Cam Thomas has been a good leader. He got hurt in the second half a little bit and went down, and it hurt us when he went out of the game. He's definitely played well for us. He's probably our top leader on defense. And then definitely, we had a long talk yesterday. He wants to do well. He wants to find ways to help the defense out. I saw us lose our mojo a little bit in the second half on defense. I didn't think we played with the all-out bounce in our step that we could have. I think we got tired a little bit. We're going to have to keep guys a little bit fresh. Some of our most experienced guys, or guys that have played the most, got a little tired in the second half, and they weren't able to play all out like they should have. So we've got to address that. And offensively, we just didn't make the plays we made in the first half. First half, we did. We took our shots, we made the plays. Second half, we threw a couple posts down the field, had a chance to make the play, didn't make the catch, and they were contested without question. And so we've got to find as much balance as we can to control the ball, to take some pressure off the defense if we need to. But it's going to have to be all of us coming together and finding a way to do better and to win.
The offense really has only scored one touchdown in the second half of each of the past two games. What do you need to see more out of the offense that's doing well the first half and maybe get the same story in the second half?
Well, I tell you, I think we had 4 possessions in the second half. The first one, we wanted to come out. We dropped the first pass. We had a penalty. Now it's 3rd and long. We weren't able to convert. And then after that, they definitely pressed us up a little bit more. They played tighter man coverage. We weren't able to get as much separation. We weren't able to make as many plays that we'd like to. So, little things that hurt us early in the season. The defense did adjust a little bit, and they got us. And, we were limited in the opportunities. But I think we've got to run the football better. We've got to control the clock a little bit more. I think if we put too much pressure on the passing game to always perform at a high level, that's not going to happen. So we've got to find ways to distribute the ball, run the ball, not put as much pressure on our quarterback, and find different ways to move the football. He's doing well. He just got the air knocked out of him. He actually had a guy open the flat, but he was trying to do a little too much, which I don't blame him. It's the end of the game, and he was trying to make a bigger play, and really that's not his game. But just got the air knocked out of him. He'll bounce back, and he'll play well.
Brandon's playing really well, and you mentioned that you don't want to really have to ask a whole lot more of passing game. Do you ever feel like that there's nothing else that's going into this offense that you are going to have to ask them to maybe play a little more, throw more?
Well, we could do that, and obviously I think that we performed well throwing the ball, but I don't think that's something we need to do. I think we need to take a little bit of pressure off of them. I think we need to utilize Leon Allen and Ace Wells and those guys, and find ways to run the ball, to get the ball in their hands, to if you ask a quarterback who's really a pocket quarterback to just do everything, that's hard to do. Plays are going to break down. He's going to have to make a few plays with his feet. I think he did do that one time on a key 3rd down. There was probably a few other times he could have, but I think he was trying to make the play in the passing game too much. So you don't want to put too much pressure on guys. You want them to do their thing, perform at a high level by you taking care of them, putting them in a good position. Obviously, there'll be some games where we might have to throw it a whole lot, but I do think that we need to get better at running the ball and find ways to move the chains, other than just throwing it in through the air.
So you mentioned the mojo of the team. How much do you think the defensive mindset is affected when the offense comes out and struggles in the first few drives of the second half?
Well, it was not a good second half. I mean, they didn't punt the ball. I mean, they scored every time they touched it, and they had long drives, and they controlled it. On offense, the few opportunities we had, we didn't convert. So, a combination of those things, and they definitely won the game by playing well in the second half, and we didn't. So, it's disappointing. You like to say this is the problem, this is the problem. I think we kind of know what the problem is, and we're trying to correct it and get better at it. But it's going to be a process, and it's going to be a step-by-step process that we have to continue to to find ways to do, but without question, we have to play better in the second half. And you know, it's good that we played well in the first half, but if you can't do it the entire game, you know, it's not going to work. But I think we've got to just do little things like get some stops when we need them. You know, tighten up the coverage a little bit here and there when we need it. We got to find ways to not give them the easy uncovered throws, which we haven't done. They got too many of those in the second half, and they did that in UAB as well. So we've got to do some little things like that. Our players got to play faster at times as well, get lined up, and little things that just need to continue to be corrected. And you know, a few of them repeated itself. So you know, we all have to look in the mirror and get better. And I think that each of our guys will do that. Each of our coaches will do that. But is it frustrating? Yes. But you know what? You know, like I said before, you know, half the teams are going to lose, half the teams are going to win, and we've got to find a way to win more than half. And we definitely have to battle and fight through what we're going through right now.